Hello, good morning all. Here I am going to talk about life of Frobel and philosophy of Frobel. So, when we look on life of Frobel, his full name is Friedrich William August Frobel. He was born on 21st April 1782 in South Germany. He is known as world's great educator, philosopher, founder of kindergarten system of education and father of sociological trend in education. And when we look on his life, we can say that his childhood was very unhappy. He lost his mother in his early childhood, and that's why he was grew in a state of unhappy, like a neglected child. So his maternal uncle admitted him in a school at the age of 10, you can see in this slide. And but he was considered a dunk in the school, so he left the school and became an apprentice to a forester, where he came into an intimate contact with nature, and he spent his time in forest where he received the real education, and he cultivated in him a spirit of mysticism and idealism. And after that he joined in the University of Jena for to study the natural science, because in from forest he became very much contact with nature and all, so he joined in the university to study natural science, where he influenced by idealistic philosophy of Kant, Schilling and some ideologists. But he couldn't pursue his education for want of finance. So he left the university and began to study architecture at Frankfurt, where Dr. Grunner told him that he will become a good teacher, and Frobel was very happy to hear that. And he visited the Pestalozzi's University at Verdun. He worked there, but he was not that much agreed with the ideas of Pestalozzi. So he resigned the job, and in 1811 he joined in the University of Göttingen, but he didn't succeeded there also. So he joined in the military. After working military for 3 years, he became curator in Berlin Museum. In 1816, he established a small school where he developed his own principles and methods. Play and artwork was the main features in that school, because he gave more importance to play and artwork. In 1826, he published the book that is The Education of Man. Then he shifted to Switzerland in 1830, and due to many difficulties in Germany, because German government was not that much uh, that much help him for his works. So he shifted to Switzerland in 1830. Switzerland government was very appreciate him for his works. But after some years, in 1836, he returned to Germany and established the first kindergarten. In 1837, he established the first kindergarten, and but none of others supported him for his works and all. And on 21st June 1852, he died in poverty, misery, and agony. So this is the brief explanation about the life of Frobel. So from this you can I hope you understand the brief things about Frobel and his life. So there are some quotes of Frobel. Come, let us live for our children. and play is the highest expression of human development in childhood, for it alone is the free expression of what is in a child's soul. From this, we can understand how he was thinking about the life of child. Like he was very neglected in those days, his childhood. So he knew how the situation or the state of a child. So how much we have to take care about the childhood for the development. So that he from his quotes we can understand that. So, next we can look on the philosophies of Frobel. There are six principles by Frobel. First is principle of unity in diversity. That is, there is unity of man, nature, and God. Life is the union of spiritual with material. God is one of the grounds of all things. According to Frobel, unity has threefold. Like first one is unity of substance. That is, there is only one substance from which all things come. And unity of origin. That means there is one source, that is God, from which all things come. And unity of purpose means all the things strive towards perfection. That is good. It is principle of unity and diversity. Next is principle of development. It is based on the first principle. It is Frobel advocates balanced and unified development of body, mind, and soul. Like each child is born with some innate tendencies which inspire him to realize God. Such innate tendencies of the child should be exercised for the development of mind and body. And the next principle is principle of self activity. Here it is saying that Frobel convinces that real growth and development of the individual is possible only through self activity. He emphasizes play as the most suitable medium of self activity. Any forced activity is artificial and unnatural. So he allows full freedom to the child through self composed actions. And he always saying that play is the purest and most spiritual activity of man because it gives joy, freedom, contentment, inner rest, peace within the world. This spontaneous activity leads to a balanced and unified development of body, mind, and soul. And the fourth principle is principles of development in social setting. That is, Frobel advocates individual integration and social cohesion. Individual is not apart from the life of the society. So, according to Frobel, no community can progress while the individual remains behind. And true education of individual is only possible when its relationship with the education of the whole society is realized. That is principle of development in social setting. And the fifth principle is principle of symbolism. According to Frobel, there is a connection between mind and matter. The connecting force diffuses itself freely and equally in all directions. The material resultant of such centrifugal forces is a symbolic sphere. This principle of symbolism underlines the choice of his gift to be presented to the children to the play with. And the last principle is principle of kindergarten. That is, basic principle of kindergarten is that it is a miniature society for young children. Kindergarten is a nursery for future citizens. The teacher is the gardener and the students are tender plants. So like gardener, teacher is to look after the little human plant and water them to grow. It inculcates in the children's the sense of socialization and self-realization. He believed that a child and a plant are similar in the process of growth and development. The plant grows from within according to the seed that is within. The same way the child grows from within. So from this we can understand how much Frobel was thinking about kindergarten, a life of child and all. So this is all about the life of Frobel and his principles, his philosophy. So from this we can understand he was a great educator and a great philosopher and all. Okay, thank you all. Thank you.